I am defeated. I'm recording this off the top of my head because I genuinely wouldn't know what to write if I wrote a script. This game, Mighty Mulan, is the worst fucking game I've ever played. It's so bad that, for long-time viewers, you might remember my Phoenix Friday series where I played a different Phoenix game. This was the game that killed that series. I stopped to play this game and then had to write about it, and I had nothing to say, and I've come back to it so many times that I don't even know how many times I've seen this. I think it's 3, which is more than some movies that I actually think are good. I've only seen a handful of movies more than 3 times, and some of my all-time favourite movies are not on that list. I've seen this movie 3 times in the space of 2 years, and I cannot remember a single fucking frame of it. It's like some creepypasta. Every time I look at this thing, every time I watch it, I retain none of it. My best, analogy that I can give as to what this movie is that void ship in Doctor Who. If anyone's seen the second season of Doctor Who, you'll probably know what I'm talking about, but if not, there's basically this giant golden orb which is designed to go from one dimension to another, and for one reason or another, I can't remember if it was designed this way or if it was a side effect from travelling through the void, but it gives off literally nothing. It exists, but it doesn't. It has no mass, it has nothing, yet it's there. And because of this, it upsets everyone who looks at it. Everyone's afraid of it because our primordial instincts, went a bit Irish there with my primordial instincts, but my primordial instincts, why do I do that? Fuck it. Our primordial instincts say we should be afraid of something that we can look at but can't retain. It's a fair thing to be afraid of, and this movie is one of those things. I've watched it 3 times, I've just skimmed it, and I can't remember any of it. It's a nightmare, and I don't know how I'd ever review this thing. If I compared it to Dingo Pictures, which some people think this is a Dingo picture, it's not. I've seen majority of their library, and I can tell you all their movies look the same, thematically. They all look fine. Fine. You know what I mean? They all look the same. They all have the same sort of deal with them. This movie's definitely got better animation than those movies. I'd honestly say it's more like Diet Disney or Diet DreamWorks. It's most likely the people who made the Hercules movie have made this, because that's what it reminded me of, and it had the same pathetic attempts at humour. It's also got a lot of racism in it, towards Chinese people. It's possibly one of the best looking and best produced movies on one of these shitty Phoenix games. But at the same time, it's the worst one to watch. Because it's not incompetent enough that it's funny, but it's not competent enough that it's good. And it's just dreadful. I, honest to God, remember nothing about it, and I'm just trying to think of something to say about it, but I've got nothing. This is the worst fucking thing I've ever been exposed to making this show. It's the worst Phoenix game I've ever played. Could be the worst game ever. I think it is. I am comfortable now saying that Hercules can move over because this is worse. I, honest to God, have nothing worse than this up my sleeve. I've played a lot of bad games. I've seen a lot of bad games. I've never seen a worse game than this. So, to conclude, I'll upload my audio notes, and maybe people can see it for themselves and see what I'm talking about, or maybe come up with a review themselves. I'm pretty sure that even really good professional reviewers couldn't make anything out of this. You know, it's not like Hercules or Dingo Pictures where people actually made internet memes around them. You couldn't make memes or anything out of this. You couldn't make a joke out of this. There's literally nothing going on. It's just shit. 40 minutes of shit. I never want to see it again. I never want to think about it again, which is why I've made this video. Just saying, basically, this game defeated me. I'll never be able to review this in my usual style, and congratulations, you win, Mighty Mulan. You are a game too shitty for curiosity's sake.